From Black Mask. Now, these guys, if you know Black Mask,
Liberator.
What's up?
Liberator. They put out
I read the
Liberator,
first
really
issue of
They did Liberator. They did 12 Reasons to Die.
Right.
Hopefully you were reading that.
Right.
That was like right along the lines of some Tales from the Crypt type of shit.
Right.
This was one of the most awesome books I ever read, so I had to pick this shit up. We got Critical Hit and Last Born. Last Born was some crazy ass shit about basically this girl's father was a old war vet, and he finds this mystical cave that, you know, during the war they discover this cave, and this cave transports them to another time, another place. It's like a white hole.
Where shit's just bad, though.
Yeah.
It's like not like the Playboy
teleports you
Mansion,
to the future where some horrible shit is going down. And the father kind of comes back, and he's not really the same. He's like half there. So like, you get the idea, like half of him is still maybe
in that
world, and he's only like, he's like semi-retarded and everything, and they're trying to put him in a home and everything. And she's growing up with her aunt, and she's being forced to marry this redneck dude who she don't love and everything. She's typical, like,
that was like,
I don't like my life. Yeah, no, I'm very sorry.
No offense.
Like, that you were.
He was a redneck. Look at the red face.
I mean, your wife's probably really hot, and you're undeserving of it. But, you know, it is what it is.
Probably true.
And, like, she just totally, like, fuck all of this. She runs away, and in the midst of running away, she discovers this cave. All she's doing is running from a future husband. She finds this cave. She, like, runs in the same cave that her father found, and it teleports her to this weird-ass future where there are these mutate things that are, like, trying to eat them.
It was a bit much.
It was a bit much, but I found it thoroughly interesting. Like, it was one of those weird futuristic tales. Like, what is this cave? Where is this place that they've gone to? Who is this dude that is crash landing in a fucking meteor onto the planet? And he's like, oh man, I'm fucking here. What the hell's going on? Like,
you know what I thought was interesting about that book is her life is pretty normal, you know?
Right.
I mean, she's not happy with certain things about it.
No, she's a
not,
spoiled
like,
bitch.
Miserable either.
She's kind of a bitch.
So she just, I mean, she ends up running away to this world, and she's like, oh, it's kind of crazy here. I belong here. And it's kind of interesting because there's certain people like that who thrive in conflict because either they grew up with that or they just deal well with that. And she feels more at home in this strange world than in the mediocre world that she was in.
Marrying this dude that she didn't really love and everything, because, you know, marrying a rich guy is every fucking woman's nightmare.
We all saw The Notebook, right?
No, I never did.
Spoiler alert.
Me neither, I guess.
Ryan Reynolds is the old guy.
No, it's okay. I mean, you're allowed to watch certain chick flicks. It happens. Like, guys like chick flicks.
I never got mail.
What?
Accidentally.
I never saw You've Got Mail.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
However, Love Actually is one of my favorite fucking movies.
hilarious.
That is so awesome. When Pierce Brosnan gets with the cute, chubby chick.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
That's not Pierce Brosnan.
That is fucking Pierce
That is
Brosnan.
so not fucking Pierce
Motherfucker,
Brosnan.
that is goddamn
Brosnan.
007.
That is not Pierce
Pretty sure it's
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
What is it?
I think it was Pierce Brosnan.
That's Pierce
also.
fucking Brosnan.
Yeah.
Wait,
Nope.
what is it?
Love Actually.
That is like so 007.
There's so many people.
It's either that or it's the dude from Grey's Anatomy, but
He'll look it up.
You're
007.
thinking of Colin.
He's in that too, but he's not. That's not the
Colin
role.
Firth?
The one who plays the minister, the prime minister.
That's 007, yo.
No. That's Hugh.
There you go. Thank you.
Grant?
They're the same fucking person.
They
Except for 007's a lot cooler because he killed people and Hugh Grant fucking
Grant's
cheated
British.
on
He dates everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's, I think, Irish.
some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, that was a fucking cool ass movie, and Laura Linney's got her tits out, so I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I would prefer the.
Oh, what about Kate and Leopold? Did you guys like that?
There's
There's time
I did not
travel.
See that?
And it has.
I saw Tristan and Isolde.
Yes,
Does that count?
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Wait,
Yeah.
last I checked, there's a comic show.
It was, but I mean, we're talking chick flicks and
Yeah,
shit.
so I don't know why.
Yo, it happens. Like, guys are allowed to watch that shit. You're allowed to enjoy the
Yes,
fucking, like,
but we don't
everyone.
talk about it now.
Whoa.
No, but not for
Right,
nothing. In Love Actually, Keira Knightley was fucking ridiculously
Gorgeous.
hot
Oh
with
my
the
God.
blonde
He's
hair.
one of
And
the skull fuck-
man.
yeah.
And that was, what's his name from The Walking Dead? That was
Yeah,
Rick,
he was.
who was showing her all
Rick.
the signs. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm in
But
love
that
with
was
you, but
fucked
you're
up.
in
The
love
actor's
with my
name
best
is
friend.
Rick Grimes.
That was
That's what the actor's
so
name is.
against bro code.
Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah, that was
You-
so
you don't
bro-
do that.
The bro code.
No, fuck that.
No, I mean, that's like that. You can't go against that. That's like
can't go
your
against
boy's
the bro
girl.
code.
You, that's
Why not?
fucked
You go
up.
against the
That's
U.S.
your boy's
Constitution,
wife.
but you
There's
can't go against the
certain
bro
You were the
code.
best man at his wedding. That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
You gotta wait till they break up before you can try to get a
Right.
blowjob
Here's
from
the
your
thing.
boy's
Here's
wife.
the thing. It's Rick Grimes versus the assassin from Firefly. So that would be an awesome fight. That's all I want. I just want to see those two
Okay,
fight.
good
you know?
point.
All right, yeah, no, he's got it. He's got it
Listen,
there.
You could break the Constitution, just don't break the bro code, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Truth.
Gotta respect the code.
Truth. So, Critical Hit, also from Black Mask, premiered this week. I hope these bitches die. Like, there's
Really?
no other way. No, there's no other way about it. Not for nothing. I try to be as liberal as possible on a lot of shit.
Yeah, you recycle.
Yeah, I do. I recycle a lot. I believe in save the planet, kill yourself. These girls in this book,
Women.
they're into saving animals. And I'm all for saving animals from laboratory experiments and all kinds of crazy shit because I love animals way more than I fucking love people.
I agree.
On the other hand, I am a carnivore and Bambi is delicious. So
Nice
in
little
this
rub on
book, you've got these girls interrupting some hunters on their hunt and they're fucking their shit up with like piss and everything on the trees and everything to lure the deer away so as to fuck up these hunters. And then they set fire to their cabins and their cars, their SUVs, for what is discernibly no good reason. Now I'm sure that the later issues will paint these hunters out to be bad guys.
Evil rednecks, yeah.
Right. And these girls,
The extremists. They're
Yeah.
eco-terrorists? No.
something like that.
Yeah.
Now I understand, you want to save some animals. You don't want monkeys or rabbits or cute things getting experimented on. And I dig that. Because save the animals and everything. And honestly, if you're worrying about cancer medications on some fucking gerbils, and it's not going to help the gerbils any, inject that shit into some people because frankly, the world is overpopulated anyway. So if somebody fucking dies out of some genetic experiment to save the rest of the humanity from cancer, fuck them. They died for a noble cause.
That'd be Deadpool, actually.
Yeah, something like that. Like, we have enough of fucking humans in the world. Kill them, and let's experiment on some more people.
Yeah.
And we should not be experimenting on animals. And these girls in this, like, they want to save the animals. And I'm all for that.
Yeah.
That's great. But they target these hunters that, to me, are doing that like they're just out there hunting for sport. And yes, some people, specifically vegetarians or vegans, you unnatural motherfuckers in the world, because bacon is delicious.
It is. Okay, it is.
They want to stop these animals from getting killed and eaten. We, as humans, as animals, because we are nothing but animals, are omnivores. Now, that is a fancy fucking word for we eat everything.
Right.
Vegetables.
This guy's
and
an
meat.
unnatural motherfucker. Let me just point
This
that
man
out.
is Irish. This man eats potatoes and meat and nothing but.
No. Potatoes and nothing but.
You're vegan?
Vegetarian.
Why?
Do you know
Wow, it's so heartbreaking for Ramon.
thousands of vegetables are put to death every year by vegetarians? Stop the violence.
Well, it's-
Eat bacon.
Wait. Take these
More
books back.
complicated. More complicated.
I understand
It's
that
your wife?
animals
Just
should
blame it
not
on
be
the
put
wife.
to death
No,
in a
she's a
horrible,
mediator.
horrible manner.
He's a carnivore.
I get that. I'm with that. Make it as humane as possible. Fine. But animals are still delicious. Charred flesh tastes best with ketchup.
As long as they're not in
Or
danger.
perhaps some Peter Luger's sauce. So these girls go about burning down the house of these hunters.
Houses. There's a couple
Houses
of them.
and some cars.
And several cars, yes.
So now and these hunters find him and they're gonna kill the bitches.
Rightfully
like
so.
horribly.
It's an American way of right. You fuck up my shit, I fuck you up.
Right. Now, I'm sure in the latter issues to come, these hunters will be made out to be very evil people who are either abusing the animals, selling the pelts to, you know, Al-Qaeda or whatever it is. Whoever we're against this time, ISIS?
ISIS.
Is that it? Yeah, Black Adam and the rest of them.
ISIL.
They all gotta go. She got some nice wheels. All of those guys gotta go. And we're selling animal pelts to them, and that's evil. I understand that. But as of right now, these girls are wrong. Plain and simple. If these hunters are out there during fucking hunting season,
With license.
not wabbit season, not duck season, but deer season, these hunters are in the right and they got their shit torched by some crazy broads who are just a little bit too animal activisty. But, now I may not agree with this book politically. I still want to see what happens. So I'm going to buy the next issue. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm angry at them, so I want to know what happens. I like the book. I don't like the main characters. I'm actually, I think, rooting for the bad guys here. At least for the first issue. And I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Because Bambi is delicious. With some extra chocolate sauce on it. Like, you would never think to put venison steak with chocolate sauce, but not like Hershey's syrup chocolate, but like a chocolate steak sauce. Oh, man. Cook Bambi's ass until he's just about bleeding on the table and give me a sharp knife.
Speaking of Bambi.
Hello,
Gee,
deliciousness.
It's descriptive.
Yes. Yes. Fiction Squad. My pick for book of the week.
Really?
Yeah, no, I loved it. Did you guys check this out?
No, didn't get a chance.
Basically,
I liked it.
every
loved it.
nursery rhyme you've ever read, every children's story is a part of this world
I do like Paul Jenkins.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, this dude is investigating the murder of Humpty Dumpty. Someone pushed him off the wall.
It's a cuter fables.
So
Yeah.
is it like a kid-friendly book, basically?
Yeah, it's very kid-friendly.
Oh, okay.
Pinocchio is his informant. He goes to talk to him, and every time he lies, his nose grows and
That's good.
everything. And half the fun of this book is trying to see what stories they have in the background. Like, all of a sudden they have Little Miss Muffet, and she's being interrogated by the police, and she's blaming everything on the spider. Like, listen, I was sitting there on my tuffet eating my curds and whey, and this guy comes out of nowhere, and he starts harassing me. And the spider's like, listen, I know my rights. I came down and just to see what was going on and what was being eaten. Maybe I could have some. It was one of the most fun stories I've read in a long time.
So who's the detective? Is it like Bigsby again?
No.
No, he's a no-name guy
Oh, okay.
from a random one-off detective story that probably happened in some little serial novel back in the 30s.
Exactly, yeah.
That happened for one issue. That whoever the writer is latched onto that.
Paul Jenkins.
And probably wrote the whole thing, extrapolated from it. It's an amazing story. It's so much fun, and I absolutely highly recommend it to anybody who just wants to sit and have some fun with a story. They dropped the house on the Wicked Witch of the East. First of all, it's the witches and the queens that are like the ruling mafia class in the storylines. And the whole world is divided into different like
Sections. Mysteries
genres.
over here, rhymes over here, horror
Romance
over here,
world.
mystery, all that stuff.
This is one of the best stories you'll ever find.
It looks
and
fun,
there
in
you go.
fact.
There's Pinocchio lying,
Yeah.
and his fucking nose grows, and he's like, "All right, I got all the information I need. Thanks."
Thanks for the tip of his nose.
It's so much fun. Fiction Squad was probably my pick of book of the week if it weren't for the importance of Captain America and some others.
Yeah.
And we're gonna close out the show on Thor, female Thor. Basically, the whole book is Thor trying to lift the hammer, and he can't do it.
Thor looking like a bitch.
And then Odin comes in and he's like, "Fuck you, little boy, I'm gonna do it." And then Odin kind of looks like a bitch.
Looking like an older bitch with one eye.
Right. That's fucked up.
And you find out pretty much all of Asgard tried it already, and nobody.
Which is ridiculous. Like, how are the Warriors 3 be like, "Yo, we couldn't even do it"? Like, motherfucker, you couldn't do it beforehand. How are you gonna do it now?
And then Thor goes to fight Malekith. He loses his arm. He comes in.
And it's the Frost Giants because you were wondering what happened to his arm earlier.
Now we know. Because a week or so ago, they showed him in Avengers about an arm. Some metal shit there.
We saw with,
So,
he got his arm cut off by his own damn axe.
So it's still a mystery who's going to be, whatchamacallit, Thor. Freya, Thor's mom, is like kind of looking like she wants to grab the hammer.
It ain't gonna be her.
It shouldn't be her because she's involved in a lot of dark shit.
And she's too old. The Thor female should be hot and young. And while Freya's got this kind of MILF thing going for her, you're not gonna really want to fuck her on a regular basis.
After reading this book and the books from this week, what I would have liked Marvel to have done is for somehow Steve Rogers becomes Thor.
After that?
Yes.
He becomes Thor with the chest plate like that?
Got a little too much of a bosom.
Oh, you're saying afterwards.
No female Thor, period.
I see.
He's old, decrepit. Maybe the hammer and the power of Thor rejuvenates him. And there you go, we still have a Thor.
So let's ask. We got one question to field before we close out the show. Who do you think is the new Thor?
Blonde, famous bosom, Valkyrie.
You think?
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to be somebody that Freya trusts.
She hasn't been. Oh, I don't know.
Who are the other two godmothers?
I forget the characters' names, but yeah, there's three.
I think it's going to be one of them.
One's Gaia, right?
Mothers.
And then the other one's some young chick that's like kind of bitter.
There you go.
It can be her because she was in.
I don't want to see it.
She's in a dark place herself, so it can't be her.
Broomhilde.
And technically, it shouldn't be Valkyrie because Valkyrie she's like part of that evil Valkyrie set too.
She has like
damn, exactly.
That
she has
eats
that
gods and shit.
Yeah, and also
she was part of them.
Yeah.
The dry something or the dry
Defenders.
This year.
The seer, right? The seer, right? You got it. You got it.
Defenders. They find out that she's part of that, and then she splits her body with a female, a human.
You know way too much.
The Defenders, I like that book.
He knows enough, man. He knows enough.
He's good, man.
It sucks, but
I think it's gonna be one of the All Mothers, but not Freya.
It could be fucking Loki for all I know, man.
And I hope it ain't Loki. I'm tired of cross-dressing in comic books. I'm tired of cross-dressing. Period.
It could be
a man or a woman.
It could be Bugs Bunny. Pete, it could be Bugs Bunny.
I'm old.
He was a Valkyrie once.
He was.
So maybe he could lift the hammer.
There you go. Bugs Bunny, people.
I think the next chapter is called Kill the Wabbit. So maybe it is Bugs Bunny.
Could be. Could be.
Kill the Wabbit. Kill the Wabbit.
I learned a lot about opera music and classical music from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Our generation did.
Guys, it's about that time to close out the show.
Oh, it's way past that time.
It is way past that time. Dimitrios, thank you for being with us.
My pleasure,
Tom,
Pete.
thank you, sir.
My pleasure, Ramon.
I am glad we could sit and enjoy this whiskey and
this bottle
all of these great books. The bottle was full when we started.
It was full.
Guys, who do you think is going to be the new Thor? Hit us up, questions@petesbasement.com, facebook.com/Pete's Basement.
She was a herald.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Pete's Basement. And remember, guys, do you want to win your very own autographed copy of Greasers in Grease? The question is, what issue did Darkseid first appear in? You have 2 weeks. We will see you after New York Comic Con. Remember, guys, if you are going to New York Comic Con and you're watching this, come and hang out with us on Friday night after 8 p.m. and after New York Comic Con at Tiernanog at Times Square, 315 West 39th Street. We're going to have some whiskey, and then we're going to have some more whiskey, and then we're going to have a costume contest, and then we're going to have some more whiskey, and we're going to have a lot of fucking fun.
I'll be doing one for Coke.
You're going to do Coke?
Yeah, I'm going to do
That's
Coke.
what I just heard. That you're going to do Coke?
I'm going to be the one holding a Coke.
Holding a Coke. That makes so much more sense, because I can't even get you to wear a fucking white suit, and you're going to be sitting there, this is so much fun! Holy shit!
All right. Female Thor is Gwen Stacy's daughter with Norman Osborn.
Oh, man, one of the twins.
There we go.
He loves that story, man.
Just stay still.
The ninjas.
So pretty much she's like every abandoned storyline ever.
Guys, we'll see you next week. 2 weeks, actually.
Yes.
We'll see you next week at Comic-Con. Be sure to tune into Pete's Basement Extras for all your Comic-Con goodness.
Thank you.
Ain't supposed to clap twice?
What?
I thought he was supposed
Now
to
he has to clap twice.
Why am I clapping twice? When do we ever clap twice?
I thought you said that because you wanted it. So, anyways, oops.
Between this segment and the next segment, he can clap for his own reference.
There will be a total of
Clap.
twice claps.